What's up, you guys? So I'm Layla Lynn, and I'm back with a new video. In case you missed it, a clip from the much anticipated season 16 of The Real Housewives of Atlanta premiered on social media today. And in that clip, we see Porsha going to see her attorney, Randall Kessler, regarding her divorce from Simon Guobadia. And in the clip, she says that she has an equitable interest in the home, which kind of threw me for a loop because as long as I've been reporting on the situation, on this divorce, we've known that that is Simon's home. And so Simon clapped back at her saying she has an equitable interest in the home. So we're going to get into all of that in this video. But first, if you're watching, if you haven't yet subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, and everyone click the thumbs up button. Hey guys, so shout out to Kyle over at the Neighborhood Talk. So Kyle posted this clip of Porsha talking about their home.
I felt the need to file when I did to protect assets. Our home is very important to me. It literally was what we both wanted when we envisioned the future. And, I have definitely made it a home, but both of us have 50-50 interest in the house. So him
50-50 interest in the house is what she said, which I'll throw it back to us discovering that she is not a homeowner of that house. It is Simon's home. When you look up the county records, not Zillow, not Trulia, but when you go to the county records and you look at that address, the owner, the most current owner, Eeyore Guobadia, it's Simon's home. It doesn't list Porsha because she's not a co-owner of the home. And in this county, Fulton County, when there are multiple owners, they do list all the owners. Like you have David and Deborah, who also own a home in Fulton County. You have Mr. Jose and Sarah, who also own a home in Fulton County, and both of their names are listed. But for Simon's home, it only lists Simon because he's the only owner. And Porsha even admitted that. She wants to stay in the home because it was promised to her in the prenup that she could reside in the home, but it's not her home. And so in her response to Simon wanting to get possession of the residence, she said the parties, both of them, have occupied the marital residence since prior to getting married on or about November 25th, 2022. The parties' prenuptial agreement dated November 11, 22, which was drafted by husband's counsel. And this is a snippet of their prenuptial agreement. The entire prenuptial agreement is not uploaded to the court documents for Fulton County, but they did include a relevant part of it. And it says, upon an event of dissolution, Porsha shall have the right to remain and occupy the marital residence, including up to the date the marital residence is sold, if the marital residence is sold. Upon the event of dissolution, Simon shall physically vacate, i.e. cease living in the marital residence within 30 days. Provided, however, Simon, for a period of up to 6 months, he can leave his cars there. The event of dissolution has occurred upon either party commencing through the filing with any clerk of any court a proceeding for divorce. So it's not the actual divorce, it's when one party files for divorce. Simon has to move out within 30 days. And Porsha is granted residence until the home is sold or they decide whatever they're going to do with it. So that is what Porsha is fighting for. She's fighting for residence, but she's not an owner of the home. And in her response to Simon, in section 2 of another response to Simon, she says, wife admits in part the allegations contained in paragraph 2 of husband's motion to the extent that the marital residence was purchased by husband. It doesn't say that Porsha was also a purchaser of the home because she was not. Oh, you got so Simon clapped back. Simon clapped back at her saying that she has like an equitable interest in the home. On the Neighborhood Talk, he commented, I would never fight to live in a house about to be foreclosed on with my clan, especially one I have no equitable interest in. Make the narrative make sense. So basically saying she's lying. Like, why would she be fighting to stay in the home if the house is about to be foreclosed on? And no, there is not a 50-50 interest in the home. It's not an equitable interest. She has no equitable interest, according to Simon. So y'all, I had to do a little research and see what they meant because as far as we know, Porsha is not an owner of that home. And so it says that equitable interest refers to a person's right or claim to obtain full ownership or benefits from an asset even if they don't hold the legal title to it. So that is what Porsha is trying to do, even though she doesn't have the legal title, like the deed. They say it's a term commonly used in law, particularly in property and financial context, to describe the interests of someone who has a beneficial interest in a property or asset. So that seems to be what she means when she says, she lived there, she made the house a home. Like she has a beneficial interest in it because she was the woman of the home. Even though she's not on the deed, it's not her home, she's still trying to get what she can get. She leaving here with something. And so far, when it comes to Porsha filming in the home, not getting to keep the home, but when it comes to her filming in the home, she is winning in court. She got a major victory when a judge ruled that she could retain temporary sole possession of the home that they shared during their brief marriage. And so it not only grants her living space, but also allows her to continue filming her reality TV show within the home, which is a critical aspect of her career. Because from what we've heard, when she pitched herself to come back to Bravo, she pitched herself having this luxury lifestyle. So, of course, she has to have this huge home to go along with that, even if she is getting divorced. The court's order requires Simon to provide any documentation needed for Porsha to facilitate filming, ensuring no interruptions in her professional endeavors. So Simon initially filed that cease and desist. He didn't want Bravo or Truly Original filming in his home, but now it sounds like he has to go back to them and provide documentation that it is okay, like show them the court order that it is okay for them to film in his home. Now, that is the divorce, but there's also a separate legal situation with Porsha and Simon. Simon is suing Porsha for defamation. In the middle of their argument, their social media back and forth, when Porsha started posting about ED, Simon is suing her for defamation for that. He recently filed a defamation lawsuit against her, accusing her of making damaging comments on social media. And while Porsha's post didn't directly name Simon alleges that they imply that he suffers from erectile dysfunction, and he claims that these comments have caused him public ridicule, emotional distress, and professional harm. And Simon's legal team is claiming that even though the comments were indirect, the insinuations are clear enough. So basically, she subbed him, but everybody knew who she was talking about. It was clear enough for him to sue her for defamation. So we'll see how that goes. I'll definitely keep up with it. He is seeking $75,000 in compensatory and punitive damages. It sounds like he's just trying to keep Porsha in court. That's what it really sounds like to me, like a legal type of bullying, like he's trying to apply legal pressure to Porsha because he's losing in the divorce. But y'all, leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think about the situation. As always, thanks for watching. Layla, Layla, Layla,